Hi there, Robert here from Travel Guide 101. We're just going to give you just a real, quickie run through of the Google Analytics backend. It's a part of, and it's bound into each and every individual travel guide. We will set this up for the hotel, and then we'll give you the username and password and forward that on to you as soon as the guide is completely up, running, and active and ready to roll out. So this is just going to give you a little idea, just an insight of what this backend Google Analytic will do. I mean, it's mind blowing. It goes so far down the rabbit hole. You will find at the hotel what features and functions are going to work best for you. You won't need all of them. You probably won't need more than 10%, but the ones that you use are the ones that are going to work for you. So on the left hand side, you'll see the dashboards, shortcuts, blah 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 blah. Now here's where you can find the audience overview, active users. This is new, cohorts. We haven't used that yet. Demographic overview, age, gender, the interest of the people, overview, affinity categories, in-market segments, other categories. Now these are just the main subcategories. You can go into many of these categories and pick out sub features under that. I mean, you talk about drilling down the metrics of your site activity in a Travel Guide 101. Nothing out there anywhere even comes fractionally close to what the Travel Guide 101 will give you. I mean, just nothing. Not even most of the internal of the hotel internal revenue driving metrics in place. And many of those, not all of them, of course. Some of the hotels are just far more advanced than others, but the average hotel doesn't have anything even close to this. They just don't. If it's a smaller hotel chain, for example, chances that you're going to have these type of metrics plugged into your site, maybe 50-50. And if you don't have a Travel Guide 101 to help see where you can put in additional navigational points and driving internal people or guests to your internal driving revenue metrics, this is all going to be invisible. You won't even know, what the potential for the Travel Guide 101 is without having this. So this is plugged into each and every single custom built Travel Guide 101 installation that we do. So you've got behaviors, new versus returning, frequency, engagements, technology. You can even see the types of devices and browsers they're using, the networks they're on, what part of the world they're in, cities they're located in, mobile overview, what type of mobile devices are people using, other custom variables that you can custom program in, variables, download times. I mean, it'll just bend your mind. Behavior, which is very functional for most all marketing departments. I mean, any marketing department worth their weight in salt already has some type of Google Analytic plugged into their main site and drivers, and they're monitoring it every day. This just ties another element and gives you another dimension of tracking to, it's like a catch-all for those people that aren't going into your current revenue driving metrics, that you can find, discover, recapture, hone, define, and then rechannel into your main revenue driving metrics. So this works in concert and conjunction with any and all other metric tracking systems you have in your hotel. And I don't care if it's a 50 room hotel or a 5,000 room Ritz-Carlton. This works the same for any hotel. The only difference is going to be the numbers based upon your guest that are using the guide, which should be at least 90% should have it in their phone if your front desk is doing their job and having them load it at check-in. There are other areas that they can get this in their phone, by the way, and we'll go over that with you when we do a demo. But that's the most quick and dirty, simplest, most logical place for people to bookmark Travel Guide 101. It's just right at check-in. It's the ideal, optimal time to do so. So on the behavior flow, so I can just go through this quickly. This is just like a little site. With this one, we haven't like even hardly. We just turned. This is a Monday morning snapshot. We just picked a really slow time to keep everything really simple. But you can see, you can even select what page they're coming in. The acquisition. If there's advertising, which you can combine advertising with this if you want. The behaviors, action, events, categories. I mean, literally if you're familiar with Google Analytics, you'll know exactly what and where you need to go. If not, you can just learn maybe 2 to 5 of the tools in here that'll help your marketing department. It's probably all you'll need, but you'll have everything but the kitchen sink in here to actually to monitor and study and put your logistics together for your internal revenue driving metrics, and it will teach you how to use Travel Guide 101 to its optimal functionality to increase the revenue driving metrics in your hotel. That's what Travel Guide 101 will do for you. So on this, for example, it just gives you a flow of the average people coming in. Here's like 97. 29 came into 29 came. Oh, these are the actual landing page where people came from. I don't know where these places are. 97 came from one source, 29 from another, blah 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 blah. You're gonna have most of these are going to be obviously directly from your hotel. Remember, this is open source. Your Travel Guide 101 is also SEO, or search engine optimized, on top of all the other cool things that we do. We didn't talk about that hardly anywhere in the site yet. So there are other places that people come into your guest guide, by the way, to discover your hotel property. So this is just a basic fundamental flow chart of your guest behavior. This can get very interesting very quickly. You can see that the people came in here in their first interaction. They were looking at looks like corporate helicopters here. House at Thai restaurant. Just I'm picking off some ones at random. Second interactions here. The gun range. Helms Brewing Company. Shopping in the area. Supani House at Thai. Bikes. The rental company and the second interaction. We go to third tier interaction. These are the people weaving. Actually, you're seeing how people are interacting and weaving in and through the Travel Guide 101 metrics. This is the system we set up for you. So right here, you'll see, I'm trying to pick some things out. Okay, shopping on a third interaction. You can expand this, by the way, and break it down. It gets deeper. The tours, that's a transportation company. That's a fourth interaction. Then the rental company. San Diego Zoo. I was waiting to see the zoo. So you see that pop up in a fourth interaction. A fifth generation. You see helicopters, rentals, the brewing company, Old Town Tours, very popular. Sixth generation, gun range on sixth generation. Then we pop over here. A lot of people went back to the Marriott homepage right here. You'll see it. And then they over here, seventh generation came out. The brewery. Shopping again, Safari Surf School, the gun range again, seventh interaction. Eighth interaction, Marriott, that would be back to the home site. LaClasse Transportation, they do transportation and they do tours. I'm not sure which one that is. Zoo, ninth iteration. And you're watching how people are actually navigating through the Travel Guide 101 website. They went back to homepage here. Someone looked at the disclosures. Helms Brewing again, Supani, a lot of Supani popping up. It's a very popular restaurant. And then on and on and on. Here's the 10th interaction, 11th interaction, and then obviously, you're dwindling down, and usually it goes to about 12 interactions. So, that's not even the tip. That's not even one grain of sand on an entire beach of what the back end of the Travel Guide 101 will do when it's bound to the Google Analytics. And we do that for you. We do that. That's one of the last steps when you get nice. The site is all tuned up, dialed in. Everything is exactly how you want it as a hotelier. Have all your information in there. Then we just simply go in and we do the last final stage where we bind it all to the Google Analytics. We have a short form in the dashboard of the site that we can watch here. We just see general traffic flow here to make sure the site's still performing and not glitching, which it never does. And then on your side, you get the complete full Monty, 100% robust, no holes barred tracking system that is plugged into the Travel Guide 101 system. As I say, most of the larger hotels are probably already going to have this in their main system. I mean, I'd be shocked if most of them didn't. It's Google Analytics. So every hotel should be using this. But when you use this also, in conjunction with the Travel Guide 101, it just ups your game. It ups your marketing. Now you're taking people that bounced out of your primary channels. You're finding out what channels they're interested in, and then you take with the soft pushes and the redirects and the relinks, you're relinking and pushing them back into your other metric trackers. I tell you, this thing just keeps getting better and better. The better you get at using it, the more functional and the more you will drive revenue into your internal revenue driving metrics. It's an absolute foredrawn 100% conclusion. It's going to increase your revenue drivers at your property. It just will. It can't miss, even with lightweight monitoring of the back end system. But we know that most hotels are going to be doing more of the lightweight monitoring, because once that digital guest guide gets cranking and your people at the front desk are having the people just load the bookmark in their phone, which basically we teach people how to do this, by the way. We can teach your front desk how to do it. It takes all of about maybe 20 minutes to teach them how to do it, if that, and it just becomes habit. And while they're checking the guest in and either getting ready to program their smartphone to open your keyless entry systems, or if you still have the old slide the card in and out of the slot on your doors, while you're doing that and just getting them set up and checking their reservation, you just tell them, hey, pull your smartphone out or your notebook and just put our digital guest guide in. A good creative and smart creative department will say, by the way, if you do that, you can go right over there and you can have a 2-for-1 drink special in the bar. I mean, no brainer. I mean, come on. It's so easy. It's so simple. And that one simple little gimme, that one little extra, for example, that you do for that guest will guarantee that they'll load the guest guide in, and then you can track everything they're doing for their entire stay. So, Robert Chartier, 858-568-6673, Travel Guide 101. Request a free demo today, and we'll show you a plethora of other powerful features and options that actually empower the back-end tracking system with Google Analytics. 858-568-6673, or just request a demo. Thank you so much.